everybody, for joining us today, Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today, we're with Jessica Rucker. She's from the Mainstreet, Waterloo. Jessica, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat with you today.
Hey, give us a little background on you, Jessica. Where did you grow up, and talk a little bit about your career up until this point?
I grew up most of my life in the Cedar Valley, right here in the Cedar Falls, Waterloo area, but I did live in Kansas City for about 12 years. I've just always grown up around live music. My dad loves his guitar and thinks he's a rock star in his own right. And we're constantly going and doing things around live music. I can't remember how old I was, but just a little nugget. My parents took me and my babysitter to a concert because they wanted to go, and my babysitter had to come with to take care of me. So, I started at a young age with live music. So
that's good.
And then and then to today, right?
Yeah.
And then getting into today, I've kind of just been all over the place. I have managed restaurants and bars with live music. I've had that traditional 9-to-5 job working in insurance. And then in 2018, I joined Mainstreet Waterloo as the executive director. And a lot of what we do for our funding is host these events and festivals in order to be able to do the work we do in downtown Waterloo.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about Mainstreet Waterloo. What do you guys do?
So Mainstreet Waterloo is a nonprofit organization that's really volunteer driven. We have a very, very small staff, and we're really working to revitalize downtown Waterloo and spread the news about all of the great things that are truly happening in downtown Waterloo. And we do that through like historic renovations, economic development, and community engagement. Most people do know us for that community engagement aspect because of the events that we host. But we're really working to make sure that we can fill the vacant storefronts and that those businesses come in and they're successful and succeed and are around for a long time.
Awesome. All right. So tell us about your big event every year.
We actually host about 20 events every year. Our biggest one is actually My Waterloo Days, and we just turned over the reins to Experience Waterloo, but we've been hosting that for 20 years probably, or 10, probably no, maybe about 10 years. And then we also have Friday Lou, which is live music as well. And then we'll throw in some other events with live music here and there. My Waterloo Days is the community event that brings everyone together and invites people from outside of Waterloo to come in and visit and see what we have to offer and celebrate Waterloo with us. 2 days of live music in the park. And sometimes there's been a couple years we've had a couple stages, and they're gonna be bringing multiple stages back again this year. And then Friday Lou is our summer concert series where one Friday a month we try to do like a mini festival in the park and invite the community to just come have happy hour with us and enjoy some live music.
Perfect. Give people so you're turning the reins over to a different organization for My Waterloo Days.
So we are turning My Waterloo Days over to Experience Waterloo because they have more staff, so they can do more with the event. We're still trying to help and be a huge part of that event as much as we can. But yeah, it's going to continue. It's just under basically new management, but we're still playing a role in that.
Okay, so give the listeners a visual of what that looks like, what that event looks like.
So My Waterloo Days is kind of a week-long celebration, with the culmination being at the park in downtown Waterloo on Friday and Saturday. Excuse me. So it kicks off with just some different activities throughout the community. There's a parade, and then we have live music Friday evening all night, and then all day Saturday. And then actually, for this year, they're bringing in some live music on Sunday as well for, I think it's a Blues and Brunch is what it's being touted as this year. So a couple of stages, just live music, food trucks, vendors, and fun.
There you go. Now, your summer concert series, that starts when?
Our first one is May 26th. So we typically kick off with Memorial Day weekend and wrap it up with Labor Day weekend. And then we have about 5 dates throughout the summer, and we try to theme it. So we do a different genre of music with each one of those dates to try and just accommodate everyone's tastes and have fun, and then add activities and maybe even some different types of adult beverages and food to go with whatever that theme is.
Perfect. Jessica, what do you enjoy the most about your job?
Gosh, there's so many things, but when we're talking music specifically, I love just being there and like kind of standing back and watching everybody having fun and enjoying themselves. Seeing, especially on some of these kids that come up and start dancing right up by the stage. I just love seeing the sheer joy and excitement and that appreciation of live music.
Okay, very good. Is this career path that you're on, where do you see it taking you?
That's a fantastic question. Are you like asking me what I'm going to be doing in 5 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually going through an event management training to become certified. So who knows where that will take me. Um, Honestly, right now I've got a lot of passion for downtown Waterloo and I have some projects that I want to make sure happen and I'm not going anywhere until those are done. But once those are completed, who knows, maybe I'll get more involved with larger events, and those kinds of things.
Tell us about that event management training program. Who are you getting that through?
I'm a member of the International Events and Festivals Association. So it's an event management school that you go to. It's like over a couple of years. And so we get to learn the ins and outs. I mean, the training I was just at a couple weeks ago, I was learning from people who do risk management for the Olympics, who have done parts and aspects of the Super Bowl halftime show, not this year. But you know, those big events and parades and Mardi Gras and Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, learning from them and really learning the ins and outs and getting ideas to bring back to Waterloo too.
Yeah, that's perfect. Is that something that the young listener out there that's hearing this right now, is that something that they can have access to through that association?
Yeah, you can, if you just kind of Google International Events and Festivals Association, there's a ton of information out there. You can sign up and be a member based off of your organization size, and you can attend the school even without being a member. Just you get a discount if you're a member of the organization too. But there's tons of information out there. We have monthly phone calls where we're bouncing ideas off of each other and kind of troubleshooting things. And resources and national conference or international conferences and trainings. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's super smart. That's super smart. All right, let's have some fun. I always ask these two questions in every interview. Best concert you've ever been to your entire life?
Oh my gosh. You know, you sent me this question ahead of time and I still don't know. I've been to so many. I think one of my favorites is actually not like a full-blown concert, but the one that gave me the most goosebumps and has definitely impacted me and made me think every time is I went to a songwriter circle at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. And, you know, at that songwriter circle was the people who were writing songs for Reba McEntire, the gentleman who wrote Garth Brooks' The Dance, and hearing the stories behind it. That's probably been the most impactful to me, like just goosebumps and listening to the stories behind it. As far as a concert, going completely the other direction, one of the best ones I've ever been to is Nine Inch Nails.
There you go. There you go. You could bring one musical act to Mainstreet Waterloo, dead or alive.
That's another tough one. Like, this is just my personal opinion or the crowd favorite?
It is your personal opinion.
Let's see. I think because of wanting it to be like a fun, still music that I want to bring in because of my likes, but still be a crowd favorite, is probably going to be somebody like a Prince or Michael Jackson, because you know they're upbeat, they're going to have those sing along songs, and they're a lot of fun, and they're amazing artists.
No, that makes good sense. That makes good sense. Jessica, what do you think of those is the biggest impact of live events and festivals and getting people together?
Impact, you're creating just this community of people who love live music, whether it's that specific artist they're going to see, or if it's the camaraderie of the friends or family that they're going with. Just seeing people get along. I mean, I don't know how many friends I've made at these festivals and concerts that I've gone to. And then, like I said, one of the things I love is watching that happen and the joy that you see. So I think creating this just like very positive atmosphere and sense of community for people is one of the biggest, most impactful things that I see with our live music events that we host.
For sure, for sure. Well, let me tell you some research that I stumbled upon last week. So February is National Heart Month, right? Mm-hmm. And just there's this new AI search engine out there called ChatGTP. If you've never been on there yet, it is incredible. So I simply typed in what are the benefits? What are the research studies that show the benefits of social interaction and social events? One of them that came up was that it decreases the risk of heart attack and stroke. So, Jessica, I'm here to tell you today that every event that you put on, you are decreasing the risk for a cardiovascular event for your community. And it was awesome. The study talked about, just how loneliness and isolation are a huge increase in risk factor in so many aspects of our health, from dementia and Alzheimer's to heart disease and inflammation and arthritis. It's crazy as we go through that. I know, and that these social events make us feel good while we're there and while we're in the middle. Like every weekend when I walk off stage, I got the coolest job in the world. Like I know that I do. And I'm sure that you feel that way when you're together with your team and you guys have done something great for your community. So continue to do that. Jessica, how do people find out more about Mainstreet Waterloo?
They can visit mainstreetwaterloo.org, all spelled out. Under our events tab is not only the events that we host, but all of the events that happen in downtown Waterloo. So they can link to whatever event that they might be interested in. Because downtown Waterloo hosts Iowa Irish Fest, which is one of the biggest Irish fests, and 3 days of live music. My Waterloo Days, Cedar Valley Pride Fest with internationally touring bands and that kind of stuff. So you can also link to a lot of our venues, our bars that have live music as well, and find out what's going on there. So you can just kind of get to everything in downtown Waterloo through our website.
That's awesome. Jessica Rucker, Mainstreet Waterloo. Thanks for joining us. Live Music Nation podcast.
Thank you so much.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and